You've felt it, that heavy energy after a major life shift or spiritual breakthrough. It clings to your spirit, your space, and even your skin. Whether you've completed a transformative ritual, faced an emotional upheaval, or simply need a spiritual reset, this episode is for you. Hola, witches, magical friends, and all you enchanted Beth lovers out there. I'm your host, Michael Blackthorn, and this is Not Every Witch. Today, we're immersing ourselves in one of the most grounding and transformative practices out there, cleansing baths. These aren't your run-of-the-mill soaks and bubbles. This is about blending intention and magic to refresh your energy, clear out what no longer serves you, and prepare for whatever comes next. And for my friends who don't have access to an actual bathtub, yours included, yep, just showers here, I miss a bathtub. Don't worry though, I've got you covered too. Cleansing doesn't have to be confined to a tub. You can adapt these techniques to showers, foot baths, or even just a simple ritual with water and herbs like a spritz, a mist, whatever. We got it. Don't worry. Cleansing baths are versatile tools in a witch's arsenal, blending the mundane act of bathing with the magical intention to reset, to realign, and recharge your energy. These baths can cleanse not just your physical body, but your energetic field as well, emotional weight, and even that mental fog that seems to creep in after tough days or spiritual shifts. Think of them as an energetic detox of sorts, an immersive reset button for your aura and spirit. Cleansing baths aren't just for washing away grime, they're for washing off energy. And I think we all understand that. Like we can see the benefit, like, oh, I'm physically washing, getting rid of like the dirt or the sweat or whatever it is. And then we can apply it to our spiritual practice where we understand on a spiritual level, we can be doing the same thing. So whether it's the psychic sludge of a toxic workday, the lingering yuck of someone else's negative bullshit, or even the weight of a significant life event, a cleansing bath creates space for you to release what doesn't serve you. It's really helpful too because it doesn't really matter what we're going through because we're always going to be going through something. It's life, right? It's life on Earth. So we will always have some sort of chaos or some sort of friction. And I don't say that to project that onto you, but I find that that's just, again, it's natural. It helps us deal with things. It helps us navigate things. And so the intensity of those situations will be different for each and every one of us. But we will always have some sort of challenge to work through. And cleansing baths help us to sort of like reset and get back on track. So again, these baths can help break attachments to negative entities, clear your mind after intense emotional upheavals, and ground you back into your physical and spiritual self. There's so many ways to work cleansing baths, so this is just a sort of inspiration, a guide a little bit. But again, every tradition will have their own variation and people will come up with creative ways to do what they do. So enjoy that and have fun with that. One of the reasons that I do love cleansing baths, when I had a bath, but I say cleansing baths because like cleansing showers and cleansing spritzes, it's a mouthful, right? It just is. And so they're just it's their adaptability, you can alter it and customize it really, really easily. They're not just a one-size-fits-all tool. They can be tailored to suit exactly what you need. Here are just a few ways you can work them. Just a little run through before we get into the rest. You can work them to cleanse the aura. You can use the bath to remove energy clinging to your field, to your auric field that isn't yours. This is perfect after crowded events, like concerts or like book signings or just, stuff, going to the grocery store. Any sort of draining encounter, you can do a cleansing bath if needed. Mind, body, and spirit reset. You can incorporate herbs and salts and oils to create a synergistic blend that supports relaxation, focus, and spiritual clarity. Facilitating change. We can work with cleansing baths as a precursor to manifesting or creating a goal or starting a new chapter in our lives. Think of it as clearing the ground before planting the seeds. It's kind of like, when you enter that bath and then you kind of emerge anew, it's retuning, recalibrating, and you just kind of like become a new role, a new persona, right? A new character. And I like the idea of that. Banishing the yuck. So you can wash off like psychic attacks, maybe some hexes, if you feel targeted, or even that energy sapping influence of a bad day. This can also include breaking ties with people or situations you're simply done with. Strengthening your energy body. You can add ingredients to fortify your spiritual resilience, making you less susceptible to future energetic disruptions. Now, when should you take a cleansing bath? Really is entirely up to you. Cleansing baths are powerful whenever you feel energetically off balance, but timing can amplify their magic after a ritual, before or after a ritual, honestly, during the waning moon to release what no longer serves you, or at a new moon to start to focus on welcoming fresh energy. All are prime times. Major life shifts, such as after surgery, when you're able, again, if you're able to get into a bath or shower, always follow doctor's orders. After like a breakup or a move, are also ideal moments. I think also, what would be really great is like before you get married. Like if you, again, I'm not just saying go take a bath. It's more of like a magical act, right? So we recognize that. So like before you get married, you're about to step into a new life. And so like having that sort of, cleansing bath to kind of wash off like this old energy and also to bring in this new, it's a great time. So essentially, anytime you feel heavy or disconnected is the perfect time to immerse yourself in this sort of like bathing, cleansing ritual. What I find cool about this though is like you can see the elements in action. Cleansing baths are definitely an elemental symphony. Water acts as the universal cleanser, holding and moving the energy, but also water is extremely like programmable and fluid, and it aligns really, really well with kind of like getting rid of old and ushering in new and allowing ourselves to tap into the different cycles of life and setting the tone for what's coming, right? I love that. Earth comes in through like the herbs and salts or minerals for grounding and stability. So when we incorporate like the herbal bits or the salts or whatever it is we're working with, that's kind of where the earth element comes in. Air adds mental clarity through the use of maybe some like oils, bath oils, or even like the breath work that you do while soaking. Also air is like the mental state. So we can think of like air is infused by us like thinking and reprogramming and recalibrating the mind to let go of the things that no longer serve and also to usher in the things that we desire. Yeah. Fire can manifest as the candles we use, which illuminate your intentions and transform negativity into empowerment. And so like fire, again, work with candles. The entirety of it all, like the witch, his or herself, like that I feel aligns with spirit. And so we have all things here. And spirit is like the energetic shift, the magical shift, the intention, the desire, the working with all of these energies on a spiritual level to create, to transform. So when you step into a cleansing bath, you're participating in a ritual that combines these elements to create an alchemical transformation of body, mind, and soul. If we don't have access to a tub, no worries at all. Because this bitch over here doesn't even, I've said it already, but I'll say it again. I miss having a tub. I really want a huge ass tub one day, like a clawfoot tub. That'd be so wonderful. Anywho, so like if you don't have access to a tub, no worries. You can adapt. We are witches. What do? We adapt. So you can incorporate, like into showers. Showers that you might work with, like herbal infusions as a rinse, or hang sachets of herbs in the shower to let the steam release. Or they have those, you can make like the shower steamer thingies, you know, those things that you can just toss in the shower. I don't know how I feel about those. How do you feel about them? I'm not sure yet. I don't think I've worked with them enough, but yeah, you can have those. Those are an option to let the steam release the magical properties. Foot baths. You can create a small tub, like a small but potent soak with salt, herbs, and crystals to ground and cleanse through your feet. Feet are really important. Like you can like soak up a lot of interesting things into the feet. I'm so sorry. I have to share this with you, but like the first thing I think of feet is my horror stories from beauty school. But the second thing I think of is like, when I was, learning about essential oils and all these things, like, one of the things that stands out is rubbing like an essential oil or diluted essential oil, body safe and all that stuff, into like the big toe, because if you rub it, like if you put it into the big toe, that supposedly like gets into the system faster. And so yeah, there's some really powerful stuff that can be done with foot baths. Spritz rituals. Fill a spray bottle with charged water and a blend of cleansing herbs to mist your body and space. Dry cleansing. There's like this thing, like you can work with smoke cleansing or salt scrubs to achieve similar effects. And then there's like, there's like those body brushes, like to dry, like clean. I forget. There's a term for it. I can't fucking think of it, so I apologize. Correct me, please. Or remind me. Whatever. But you can do dry cleansing as well. There's so many different ways to adapt if you don't have a bathtub. Get creative. This isn't just a one-time thing. Cleansing bath, and I think that's also important to be mindful of, is like this, and this is how, as witches, we incorporate these things into our daily lives. This is how we live as witch. So instead of like, oh, I'm just taking a shower. No, it's I'm taking a shower, but with desire, with intention, with focus. Like it's magical. I'm making it a magical act. We take showers maybe daily, or baths or whatever. And so instead of just like, oh, it's just a shower, now it's a magical act. It's a magical ritual, a little part of your practice. So a lot of people are like, oh, I don't know how to incorporate these magical things into my everyday life. Well, this is how we do it. We take the mundane and the everyday things that we do, and we superimpose the magical aspect to it. This isn't just a one-time thing. Cleansing baths can become part of your regular spiritual hygiene, and should. The more intentional and consistent you are, the stronger your energetic field becomes. And the easier it is to move through life's challenges with grace and resilience. That's another important thing, is like when we start to have a healthy practice and not just go through the motions, but like really are mindful and conscious and aware of the things that we're doing, and we tap into it and we're present with them, it really helps mitigate like other factors that could be maybe more intense for us, because we're doing the things to lessen the impact. I'm not saying that these things will just make our lives easier without any sort of friction or challenge, but they do make our lives easier to help us navigate the friction and challenge when it comes up. And sometimes that friction and challenge is not as intense as it could have been. All right, my friends. So grab your salts, light a candle, and let's dive into the waters of renewal. So the main aspect of this podcast, we're going to talk about crafting your perfect cleansing bath. So part of it is understanding what to do, like what to incorporate and all that stuff. Cleansing baths are honestly a deeply personal and magically like intimate experience. And so crafting one that aligns with your energy and intentions is key to unlocking their ability to transform, their power. So let's talk about how to create the perfect bath tailored to your needs. The first thing, really, honestly, before you get your ingredients, the first thing is your intention. So, or your desired result. Like, why are we creating this bath? Like, what is it that we need? Is it protection? Is it love? Blah, 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 blah. So that's kind of like the first thing. So when you have that set out and you're clear on that, then we get into choosing your ingredients. Okay. So when crafting a cleansing bath, think of it as building a ritual that harmonizes your mind, body, and spirit. Every ingredient carries its own energy and purpose, and the combinations can be as unique as your desired results. So number one, salt. I feel like a lot of us may have a salt around, sea salt, Epsom salt, all of that, right? So salt is a foundational ingredient, I feel, in cleansing baths. Depending on how, you don't have to use a lot of it, but I do find that adding a little bit with every bath is really great. And again, renowned for its ability to neutralize negativity and purify the energetic field. Why salt? It absorbs negativity. It's grounding. It helps to facilitate this earthy connection without weighing you down. And it does offer like a spiritual protection. We know that, salt protects. And that's kind of a collective power too, because as a collective, that's kind of known, right? And again, this is just a little tidbit of information, and do your research, right? Do your research, add more to it. But there's several different, salts. You can work with sea salt for this deep spiritual purification. Epsom salts to relieve physical tension and clear stagnant energy. Himalayan salt to promote balance and calm. And so and again, you can look at the different salts, see what they're associated with, and factor more of that into the work that you do. Because you can have Epsom salts that might have some lavender in it, so that will also alter the way the cleansing bath works for you. So add a handful of salt to your bath water while visualizing. This is something that I find not just important, but just a part of the process that's really beautiful. So you're not just tossing shit together and there you go, it's cleansing. No, fuck that, we're witches, and that's not how you cast magic. And I don't know if I'll get shit for that, because who are you to tell me? Blah, blah, blah. Well, I am me, and I am telling you, you can't just go through the motions and think that's creating a magical thing. That's just not it. It's not it. So do better. So yeah, you can add a handful of salt to your bathwater while visualizing it doing its work, what it's intended to do. You're programming it for its in purpose, absorbing all the unwanted energy from your aura. And you can chant a cleansing affirmation that you create, or something like, I don't know, with this salt, I purify my body, mind, and spirit. Simple. It doesn't have to rhyme. It can rhyme if you wanted to. Visualize the thing. You could even get as detailed or specific as adding the salt first and twirling, putting your finger in the water and going counterclockwise to rev things up, to kick up the shit, and be as I go counterclockwise, we're unearthing, we're getting ready to banish and surface all the yuck, and then stop and then go clockwise and we're going with the flow, and we're bringing in, protection, and we're filling this space after we banish. We're filling this space with protection and all the things. With this salt, I purify my body, mind, and spirit. Just something to consider. Herbs. You can work with herbs. Again, this is just up to you how you want to do it, but some people like to add herbs to their baths to make it look cutesy, but that can be really messy, might not be good for the drain, all the things you have to consider. So sometimes and some of them might not be body safe. Yes. So if you're going to work with herbs that are not body safe, don't put them in your water. Just don't. You can sprinkle maybe some around, make a grid away from the water, utilizing those herbs and imbuing that energy into the bath. Yeah, if you can't have the herbs in the water, maybe touch them for a little bit or hover your hands over them, however, and connect with their vibration, their energy, their spirit, and really start programming that in. Put them in sachets where they can be collected there. They can be, in the water if they're safe for you to do so. Again, everyone's different, and there's some things that just shouldn't be in the water. So just be mindful of that. But you can put them in sachets. That way you can collect it easier than having to just fish it out. And then it doesn't go down the drain. So there's that to consider. So herbs bring the grounding energy of the earth into your cleansing bath, each offering unique properties that can support your intention. And you want to choose based on the type of cleansing or support you need. So again, it goes back to your initial intention, your desire. What is it that I'm wanting this cleansing bath to do? Some basic that I feel like a lot of us will have on hand. That's important. Lavender, calming and purifying. Excellent for releasing stress and promoting sleep. Also, lavender would be really good. It's really good in love too. So if we're trying to if we're doing a love ritual before we do the ritual, you might have lavender in there. Or if we're going through a breakup, and we need some help, lavender might be good, not just for its calming issues and helping us to deal with things, but to add that soft sort of soft approach, right? Rosemary, yes, rosemary. Protective and invigorating, helping to cleanse and energize the spirit. Calendula, uplifting and heart healing, perfect for emotional restoration. Peppermint, refreshing and mentally clarifying. Chamomile, relaxing and supportive for emotional balance. So again, there's so many different ways you can use them. Again, make sure your body is able to process them. And again, do not put cinnamon in your bath. Don't burn the hoo-ha. Just don't. That's not cute. Can't feel good. But but make sure for you specifically that these herbs are safe for you, or in however amount you can do it, whatever. Putting all these disclaimers out here. It's just common sense, but it's important. You can put them directly in your bath, or you might even instead of dropping the herbs in the bath, you can create a tea-like infusion by steeping the herbs in hot water before you bathe for maybe 15-20 minutes or so, and then strain the liquid and pour that into your bath water. Maybe you prefer, you can add the herbs to a cloth sachet and submerge it directly in the bathtub. Again, like I said, you can create a grid and utilize herbs on the outside, in the bathroom still, but where you can pull that energy into the bath without it actually touching the water. Another thing you can do with that is maybe once you've set your bath, get a little bowl, a little dish, take some water from the bath water, put that at the center, grid that water with your herbs, add a little bit of each herb into the water mixture, so it connects that bath and the bath that you're taking, with the herbs. So there's just get creative. Crystals are great for amplifying our desire and intention. And crystals are powerful allies in a cleansing bath, offering vibrational support to your intentions. While some crystals can safely join you in the water, others are best placed near the bath to avoid damage. To be absolutely honest, I don't like adding any crystal to water. I just don't. I don't, because again, it's not just the water aspect. There are different chemicals in our water, different things that could break it down. I just don't like it. It feels icky to me, but I'm not judging you for doing you. Just be smart and make sure that crystal is allowed to be in water. You don't want to be putting selenite in water. That's going to break down its shards. That's damaging. You don't want to put toxic crystals, when the water hits it becomes toxic, or when water, it's steeped in water, it becomes toxic. Just be smart about it. So personally, I prefer to maybe, put crystals around my area when I'm showering. I don't have a bathtub, but what I did, I put them on the side of the bathtub if I knew water wasn't going to get on it. Stuff like that. Turquoise is really great for its protective qualities and ability to strengthen the aura. So you might want to add that to a cleansing bath ritual. Jet a powerful stone for absorbing negativity and shielding your energy field. So again, that's going to be a good one. Black tourmaline for transformation and protection. There's so many different crystals. We just can't get into all of them, but like, smoky quartz would be good for transformation and neutralizing things. Again, just regular clear quartz is great to recalibrate and to add potency to the work that you're doing, and to program whatever needs to be programmed. You might place the crystals around the edge of your tub or shower, visualizing. Again, it's important to connect with the crystal spirit, the crystal ally, the energy of it, and program it and ask for its assistance. So visualizing their energy radiating into the water. Again, asking that spirit for its powers to imbue into the work that you're doing. Water safe crystals, you can add them to a cloth pouch and let them float in the bathwater if you like. It's not for me. It's not for me. Meditate with the crystals before or during your bath to deepen their connection to your intention. So there's so many different ways to use it. That's just a few, but incorporate that. It just layers in the beauty of it. It layers in the power of it, and it just only helps you. Candle magic. This helps ignite the ritual. You don't have to, but it's a nice added benefit. So candles add an element of fire to your cleansing bath, illuminating your intention and transmuting stagnant energy. They also provide an ambient atmosphere for your ritual, and I think that's important to make it like just something special for you. Again, we're not going to get heavy into it, but if you have questions, just reach out. Your candle, you can inscribe that candle with sigils of power, words of power, things that align with what you're seeking to do, aligning with the planetary ruler of the day or the moon phase or whatever it is you're trying to bring into the cleansing bath. You can inscribe things on the candle, or if you're working with a glass candle, you can write on the glass as well. When selecting candle colors, just a few to consider. Every tradition will have their own sort of like perception. Every witch will have their own perception and experience with different color symbolism. So take that into consideration. White can be for general cleansing and purity. Great for programming, like a clean slate. Black to banish negativity and create strong protection. Blue, you might work with blue for like emotional healing and calming to soothe the soul. Green to restore balance and vitality. You might work with pink for stuff that's associated with love, like self-love and compassion and friendship. There's so many different ways to work candles. But yeah, you can place candles safely around the bathroom, focusing on their flame as you set your intention. For added energy, again, carve your intention or sigils into the candle wax before lighting it, and you know, put your magic into it. Call in your spirits, your ancestors, your allies. Call in whatever it is that you work with for the blessing of the result. I will put this in here, and I don't know. Okay, I'm not trying to be a cunt when I say this, but be smart when you're handling and working with candles. I see so many beautiful candles that are just like for display that people think you can burn. Like they're chock full of crystals and curios and herbs. And it's like, that's a fucking fire hazard. And I've even seen people like, well, people just need to know how to take all that shit out. And it's like, you don't even include that in when you sell that candle, you're not telling people to do that. When you're advertising that, you're not saying you should do this. And even at that, people can't remove everything, all the debris. So if it has too much oil on it, that's a fire hazard. If it, all of that shit clogs the wick. And so, crystals can explode. And I see also a lot of people making candles in not in fire safe vessels. It's so weird. Like, be safe, be smart when you're working with candles. I think that's kind of just what I want to say, because again, if you purchase a candle or if you're selling candles like that, you're not protected, even if you have insurance, because you have to have the warning, but you also can't be making candles like that to burn. It's not protected within that insurance, because that candle's not being used or created and crafted and used properly. It just makes me nervous for people when I see all that stuff. And then trim your wicks. Like, learn to trim the wick. It's important. It's just important. And then if you don't, sorry. That's just my PSA apparently. Cleansing baths can serve a multitude of purposes depending on your focus. Let's learn how to tailor them for specific situations. So for aura cleansing, you might use lavender and turquoise to reset your energetic boundaries. You could even incorporate some black tourmaline in there, for that as well. Emotional release. If we need to emotionally purge or release or let go, we might combine chamomile and calendula with a green candle to restore balance. Aftercare and recovery, we might add rosemary and jet to fortify your energy field and promote physical and emotional strength. To banish negativity, we might blend some sea salt and black candles with a sachet of protective herbs like rosemary and peppermint, maybe some hyssop. It's important to kind of start thinking in ways that, okay, if this is my desired result, what can I work with to achieve that? What makes sense? How can those items, those ingredients, those spirit work together in harmony to craft what I need and what makes sense to me? Again, so not everyone has access to a bathtub, but the magic of cleansing doesn't require one. So you might do some shower cleansing. So everything that we've talked about previously, maybe instead of incorporating all that into a bath, you could again use a shower. And like I said earlier, when we initially started, you could place herbal sachets over your shower head, allowing the water to carry their energy down over you. But you could also kind of get a tub and make your tea, your bath tea. Again, make sure it's all body safe. And you, in the shower, as you're getting hit with the water, see all of the stuff, like all the yucky stuff, whatever it is that you're cleansing, see that come off, see it energetically just sort of go away. And you can use your bath tea in that tub, and you can pour it over your head, and again see that infuse into your body and your spirit and your auric field, right? And see that do its job, its work. If you don't want to do that, you can again do foot soaks, combine your ingredients in a foot tub, and there you go. It's just a smaller bit. So I would probably take my shower first, like a full on shower, and then do a foot soak. Because I feel weird to do a foot soak, unless you're not going to take a shower, right? But I would feel weird to do a foot soak and then shower off. So, yeah. Again, that's just me. That's how my mind's working. You might do some spritz rituals. So, again, you can take your herbal infusion and pour it into a spray bottle. And you can mist your body and space with the intention of cleansing and renewal. So that's another way, is you can spritz it and then walk through it. But before you put your herbal infusion in there, yes. And then you can, before you do the work, you can take the crystals that you want, like your black tourmaline or citrine or amethyst or whatever, and make a grid around your spritz bottle with your infusion and push that energy to help bless it, to help empower it. And then you can, and then spritz. Right? So there's just so many different ways to work this, whether you have a bathtub or not. There's no excuse for us. Okay? The beauty of cleansing baths is their adaptability. It really is. You can get creative. They are a living practice capable of evolving with your needs and energy. As you craft your bath, remember that it's not about perfection, but intention and your desired result. The more you pour your energy into the process, the more effective it becomes. Now that we've crafted the foundation for creating a cleansing bath, let's dive into the metaphysical applications. Cleansing baths aren't just about physical relaxation or physical cleanliness, hygiene, right? They can support your emotional, spiritual, and even mundane goals when carefully aligned with specific energies and intentions. So, aura cleansing, like if you specifically, like my aura feels like my energetic field feels off, like I need something, well then there you go. Cleansing bath, here you go. Or spritz, or shower, or foot bath, whatever. The aura, your energetic shield, or energetic field really, can absorb external negativity or become clogged with stagnant energy. And a cleansing bath can help refresh and reinforce it. And so like you think about it, when people say like, even if like you're passing someone and they don't like what they saw or they misinterpreted something and there's like a negative comment or negative look, that shit gets thrown at us, and usually it doesn't get anywhere past the aura with those little things. It can, depending on the energy backing it and how maybe vulnerable we are at that moment, but a lot of time our aura picks that up, right? And so it's good to cleanse it. We might work with herbs like lavender, rosemary, and peppermint. Lavender soothes and resets the aura. Rosemary will revitalize and strengthen it, but also add in this layer of wisdom to know when to detect this stuff, as well to be discerning and feel good about the end result. Peppermint can clear mental fog. Oh my god, guys. Peppermint can clear like mental fog and it helps to like really fine tune and sharpen our focus. So it's really good for like that auric cleanse. We might work with turquoise and clear quartz because turquoise will come in to fortify and protect the aura, and clear quartz will amplify the desire, the intention for energetic renewal and boost the effect. Like clear quartz will help like really, it's kind of like how something can really come in and really enhance and boosts our immune system. That's kind of like what clear quartz does on an energetic spiritual level. And so like with this, we might want to visualize the bathwater glowing with a vibrant cleansing light. Again, light is information, light is beauty. And so whatever light you think, you can color that light with how it fits for you. I like to do golden when I'm healing, golden light. But again, that's just me. So as you soak, you can imagine the light dissolving energetic debris and leaving you surrounded by a luminous protective field. You could even like have affirmations that you say, or I don't know, just you make it yours, chants or prayers, or just have a talk with your guides. But like for aura cleansing, that would be a really good way to go about it. Mind, body, and spirit alignment. A cleansing bath can unify the physical, emotional, and spiritual self, creating harmony and balance. So when we kind of feel like off or we like, this is really good to be doing like before, during, and after like a Mercury retrograde. We might work with herbs like chamomile, calendula, and dandelion root. Chamomile will come in and kind of like relax the mind, and calendula kind of opens our heart path, and dandelion root helps to like detoxify as well as ground the body. We might work with crystals. Fuck my gosh. Why? We might work with crystals such as amethyst and hematite. Amethyst calms emotional turbulence, while hematite anchors you in physical and spiritual balance. Also, like amethyst kind of touches, like I feel amethyst is really great for aligning mind, body, and spirit because it kind of, it touches all worlds. And then hematite is really great for that blood, that the blood coursing through our veins and pumping that up and helping us to solidify it into the physical world. So being about it. So it's really, really great for that sort of, recalibration, that alignment. You might work with blue candles for emotional stability, or green for vitality, or both, blue and green. And we can incorporate deep breathing while focusing on a mantra like, I am balanced, whole, and at peace. You know, all three souls are aligned within me. All aspects of myself are whole, balanced, harmonized, and in peace. You can create something that aligns with you and your path and your traditions in this. again, these are mini bathing rituals. Rituals. Fuck. Here we go. Facilitating energetic shifts. So significant life changes, like maybe spiritual awakenings, a new job, or moving on from relationships can leave residual energy that needs clearing. We might work with herbs like peppermint, basil, and rue. Again, rue is poisonous, so just again, be aware of that when I say these things. Peppermint will energize and clarify. Basil attracts positive energy, but as well as protection. And rue is really great at removing lingering negativity and heavy shit. Crystals to consider: jet and smoky quartz. Jet absorbs harmful vibrations or harmful intentions, harmful energy, while smoky quartz transforms negative energy into grounding support. You might want to add basil leaves and peppermint to your bath and meditate on releasing old energies while inviting fresh opportunities. Picture the bath water carrying away everything you no longer need as you drain it. And so with rue, instead of adding it to the bath water, you can add it to a dish and keep it in the space and like sit with it for a while, meditate with it, and really call upon its power. Or you could like lightly around your candles. If you have candles, if you want to incorporate that, you can put the rue around the candle. Post conflict or heavy interactions. Sometimes you need to wash off the yuck of dealing with challenging people or situations. We might work with herbs such as rosemary, black pepper, and slippery elm. Rosemary helps to cleanse and invigorate, like we know, and bring in that sort of insight that is a higher perspective or a more aware perspective than what we already have going in. Black pepper can create a fiery shield of protection, and slippery elm ensures harmful words just don't stick. We might work with crystals such as black tourmaline and black obsidian. These stones create a barrier against negativity and help process heavy emotional energy. So visualize a protective bubble forming around you as the bath breaks the hold of any external negativity. Finish by anointing yourself with oil, intention oil. So if you have a specific one you'd like, you can do that. You might maybe make one of rosemary oil, like rosemary infused oil for ongoing protection. Strengthening self-love and confidence. Reclaim your power and self-worth with a cleansing bath dedicated to self-love. You might work with herbs such as rose petals, lavender, and calendula. Rose petals radiate love and compassion, but rose petals also add a layer of protection too. So that's great. Lavender kind of soothes insecurities and brings in this very soft approach and soft touch that sometimes we need. Calendula nurtures emotional resilience and gives us that sort of joyous energy to help us really fight or stand up and be in that confident in an assertive way, but not aggressive way. Crystals such as rose quartz and garnet would be great here. Rose quartz fosters this unconditional self-love and compassion. And again, kind of like lavender, this sort of like softer approach at times, while garnet ignites inner strength and passion and beauty and luxury and in a more intense way. We might work with pink candles for self-love and orange for personal empowerment. And pink and orange are great too because like orange can open the pathway, pink for that self-love. So you have really great combination here. You might add dried rose petals and calendula to your bath. Place a small mirror near the tub and affirm, I see myself, I honor myself, I love myself. You could add your lavender too. So again, like you might like add 1 or 2 items to your bath if you want. You don't have to add all, like you could add all 3. But if you're doing like crystal or candle work, you could also crush them together and kind of like lightly dress the candle with an appropriate like magical oil, intention oil, and lightly, don't overdo it. A little bit goes a long way. And then lightly dust the candle with your herbs. That's another way to do it. Protection and warding. If you feel spiritually vulnerable or suspect lingering negativity, a protective cleansing bath can help. So again, we might have herbs such as rue, dandelion, and rosemary. We know that rue is a traditional warding herb. It's really great and associated with like breaking curses and fighting back and really dismantling like systems of intensity that are not great for us. Dandelion grounds, and strengthens, and rosemary fortifies boundaries. We might work with crystals such as jet and turquoise. Jet can absorb that negativity while turquoise will protect the energy field. Place your herbs in a sachet and maybe, well, again, I don't include rue when I do it. So like place dandelion and rosemary in your sachet. Rue, I would put around like my candle. If I'm using a candle, I would just like sit with rue for a little bit before I add it to water, or before I get into my water, not add it to water. Stuff like that. I know people who have done that, but I like to be safe. I'd rather be safe. Visualize as you're in your water and as you connect with your herbs and the crystals and their influence, visualize a shield of light forming around you, or you petition your spirits, your ancestors, whoever it is you work with, your God, and incorporate them into the work that you're doing. And again, this is visualize a shield of light forming around you, impenetrable to harm. Cleansing after spiritual work. After performing intense spiritual rituals or divination, a bath can ground and reset your energy. You might work with basil, elderflower, and chamomile, basil. Basil purifies residual energies. Elderflower connects with higher vibrations or energy that is more fine-tuned than us at the moment. Gods, spirits, such chamomile relaxes overstimulated senses. We might work with amethyst, and again, clear quartz. Amethyst can bring calm and clarity, while clear quartz ensures balance and amplifies cleansing. We might brew a strong elderflower infusion and add it to the bath. We might envision the water dissolving any leftover energies from the work. So why does this matter? Cleansing baths aren't just about throwing some ingredients into water. They are an intentional act of self-care and magic. They create a sacred space where transformation happens, and by understanding the why behind each element, you can amplify their impact. So it matters because you matter. It matters because your life matters. It matters because, again, we're witches, we're magical people, and we have the opportunity and the ability to change our world with these things. They are tools that are available to us to create change. So let's do it. Now that we've explored crafting your perfect cleansing bath and categorized its applications, some of them anyway, let's dive into the when. Because y'all know I do love timing. I do. Timing your bath to align with cosmic and natural cycles when able can amplify its power, ensuring your intention flows seamlessly with the universe's rhythm. I think also, if we can align it with, the sort of moon phases and all that shit, that's great. But I think more importantly, when we learn to comprehend how these things influence, then when we need to do a cleansing bath or a working or whatever, we can check to see what the cosmic weather looks like. And instead of not doing the work, we learn how to adapt the work to the cosmic weather to make sure it's even more powerful. The moon governs water, tides, and emotional energy, making it an essential influence in cleansing baths. Here's how to align your bath with the moon cycles. The new moon, renewal, and rebirth. So the new moon is ideal, again, for starting fresh, releasing the old, and setting intentions for the next lunar cycle. So I have a really in-depth blog on the moon phases, exploring lunar phases on houseofblackthorn.com. Check it out. But so for the new moon, again, it's ideal for starting fresh, releasing the old, and setting intentions for the next lunar cycle. Example here, a cleansing bath with basil, peppermint, and clear quartz to sweep away lingering negativity and prepare for new opportunities. You might visualize a picture the water absorbing the past month's energies and dissolving them, leaving you light and refreshed. You can totally, have these magical baths in sync with the lunar phases. If you like, you can do a full lunar phase. If you're working on creating something massive in your life, then I would highly suggest planning out cleansing baths or magical baths in alignment with a full lunar phase to make it work on your behalf. Waxing moon, we might have growth and manifestation, so it's ideal for energizing yourself and building momentum towards goals. Example would be adding calendula, chamomile, and garnet for emotional resilience and creative focus. You might imagine the water charging you with vitality, aligning your spirit with your growing intentions. Full moon, illumination and amplification, power. Hello. Ideal for powerful spiritual cleansing, enhanced energy work. This is also great for removing hexes, I feel, removing curses, intensity. Example here would be combining rosemary, rue, and turquoise for protection and heightened intuition. You might envision the moonlight pouring into your bath, illuminating your aura and filling it with protective strength. The waning moon, release and letting go. Ideal for banishing negativity and detoxifying the mind, body, and spirit. An example would be a bath with dandelion root, elderflower, and smoky quartz to ground and release emotional baggage. You might picture the water pulling negativity out of your body, leaving you grounded and at peace as it drains away. Astrological signs add another layer of intention to your bath rituals. Each zodiac sign carries unique energy, influencing the effectiveness of your bath. I can't cover it all, so we're just going to, highlight some of it. But it's important to understand the zodiacal sort of influence coupled with the moon, the phase of the moon, and how that might sort of alter the cleansing magic. So just be mindful. Fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You might work with fiery herbs. Okay. Maybe like ginger, or something, cinnamon. Don't put fucking cinnamon in your bath, but use it in like a grid outside of the bath or something of that nature, okay? Crystals like garnet to energize and ignite personal power. You might, feel the warmth of the herbs and water invigorating your spirit, giving you the courage to take bold steps. Earth signs like Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, which they will all have their unique approach that we're not going to get into today. You might choose grounding herbs like dandelion or basil, and crystals like hematite to stabilize and center yourself. You might picture the bath as an anchor connecting you to the Earth's nurturing energy. Air signs such as Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius incorporate light, uplifting herbs like maybe elderflower or peppermint, and crystals like amethyst for mental clarity and inspiration. And envision the water clearing mental fog and filling you with fresh ideas and balance. Water signs such as Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. You might select deeply cleansing herbs like rosemary or calendula and crystals like turquoise to harmonize emotions, and imagine the water merging with your emotions, soothing and cleansing your inner tides. You can see how, there's so much more to that. There's just so much more to that. Each sign, its mode, all of it factors in, but I don't want to overwhelm everyone. It all will factor in. Then how it connects with that lunar phase and yada, yada, yada. Just be mindful of that stuff and make it special for you. Another cool thing is like the solar timing and day of the week. So timing your bath based on planetary rulerships of the days or even like planetary hours can help channel specific energy. So when we talk about Sunday is ruled by the sun. And so it's like a perfect day for self-confidence and vitality. You might use bright herbs like calendula or chamomile and crystals like clear quartz. Monday is associated with the moon. So moon moon significations will influence what we do on Monday. Ideal for emotional healing and intuition. Maybe some elderflower or peppermint and crystals like moonstone. Tuesday is where we get fiery because Mars is here. And we might use for strength and courage and being assertive, sometimes aggressive, to fight back. We might work with fiery herbs like ginger and crystals like garnet. Wednesday, Mercury's day. Focus on communication, clarity, networking, stuff like that. And we might include peppermint or lavender and crystals like aquamarine. Thursday is associated with Jupiter. Perfect for abundance and jolliness and expansion and just good. We might work with basil or dandelion and crystals like citrine. Friday is the day of Venus for love and balance and synergy and harmony. We might add rose petals and rose quartz for Friday. Saturday is associated with my fave, Saturn, used for banishment, protection, hexing, curses. I'm just saying. But Saturday would be a good, if you're doing a hex or a curse, Saturday would actually be a really good day to do a cleansing bath for that. Not just to perform, because Saturday can be really, really protective. So not just to perform the spell, but to really take full advantage of it. So you might include rue or black pepper and crystals like jet or black obsidian. Seasonal considerations. And again, this is interesting to me because depending on hemisphere, blah, 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 location, just all the things, our seasons look different and feel different. So this is going to be more of a local thing to us because, spring here feels different than spring in Wisconsin, or I don't know. You know what I mean? So the changing seasons influence our energy and needs, making them a natural framework for your bath rituals. During spring is a time of renewal and growth. We might, again, I'm really trying, if you haven't noticed, I'm trying to repeat the different herbs and such that we use to give you this understanding they can be worked with for different layers and different ways, but also to ease of access. So spring, a time for renewal and growth, work with basil, elderflower, and turquoise for cleansing and inspiration. Summer, use calendula, peppermint, and garnet for vitality and joy. Autumn, focus on release with rosemary, dandelion, and smoky quartz. Winter, ground and protect with chamomile, jet, and hematite. Align your intentions with the rising or setting sun for added power. Morning baths are great for renewal, while evening baths are ideal for release. You can, if you see it, you can connect with it and you can factor all of these things in. It's it's not the perfect day for it, maybe, or it's not the day I want it, but I can wake up in the morning and the morning is setting, rising, and I can add power to that. Or it's evening, I just kind of want to release and let go and kind of curl up and sleep. All things to consider. So timing is the art of syncing your actions with universal rhythms. So whether you're aligning with the moon, stars, or the day's energy, remember the most important timing is what feels right to you. And I say that with this in mind. The most important timing is what feels right for you, but pay attention to it. So if you feel I just need to cast it on this day during this time, well, make a snapshot of it. What day is it? What time is it? And work that in. So I really feel I need to do this on a Friday. Okay, well that's the realm of Venus. Even if you're not doing anything for love, that's okay, but understand you're working under the realm of Venus and invite her. Understand it's okay to do what you need to do when you need to do it, but work with what you feel is right. Okay? And follow your intuition and let your bath become a sacred space where transformation begins. So this is the part of the show where we channel our sassiest witch wisdom through the one and only Rosemary, your go-to witch bitch for all things magical and wonderful. Let's see what kind of magical dilemmas we're tackling today. Welcome everyone to
Save Me, Rosemary.
Dear Rosemary, I've been feeling stuck lately. I'm caught in a loop, unable to move forward or make decisions. I know I need to take some time for myself to cleanse my energy and reset, but it feels overwhelming. Can you recommend an herbal bath or ritual that could help me find clarity and a sense of purpose?
Feeling stuck, are we? It happens to the best of us, darling. Life's little loops can feel like an eternal limbo. But don't worry. We're going to break that cycle and clear your path, one herbal step at a time. So, let's craft a bath ritual that speaks directly to your need for clarity, purpose, and the courage to step forward into the unknown. Here's what I suggest. The herbs for your bath. Rosemary, naturally. She's the queen of clarity and purpose. Not only will she clear the fog from your mind, but she'll also invite that fiery determination to get you moving. Mint, for a refreshing kick to invigorate your spirit and awaken your senses. A little bit of lemongrass to help you focus on your path and cut through distractions. Work with turquoise for its beauty. Because it will protect your energy while giving you the strength to face new opportunities. Citrine, a crystal of confidence and clarity, perfect for channeling optimism and new beginnings. Now, light a yellow candle to symbolize mental clarity and focus. If you're ready to embrace change, add a white candle to purity for purity and new starts. Start by preparing your bath. Add the herbs to a sachet, or add them around your space, however the fuck you want, cause it's your ritual, huh? Place the crystals nearby or hold them as you focus on your intention. Light your candles and set your intention. Say something like, I don't fucking know, like, I release the weight of indecision and confusion. As I bathe, I welcome clarity, courage, and the wisdom to begin anew. Sink into that fucking bath, visualize the herbs working their magic, and let yourself feel lighter with each moment. If you're not a bath person, try creating an herbal sachet with rosemary and lemongrass. Carry it with you throughout the day as a charm for clarity and courage. Or boil those fuckers up into a tea and use the water for a cleansing soak. You got options, bitch. And here's a little extra nudge for you. Sometimes feeling stuck isn't about being lost. It's about being afraid to start. Keep an open mind for what lies ahead, because clarity and purpose often begin with the smallest, boldest step. Who knows? Maybe there's a certain fool waiting to inspire you next time we chat. But for now, take that bath, reset your energy, and remember, you've got this.
All right, witches. That's a wrap on this episode. We've taken a deep dive into the sacred ritual of cleansing baths. Whether it's refreshing your aura, clearing the gunk of the day, or creating a magical reset. Remember, a cleansing bath isn't just about washing away. It's about setting the stage for what's to come. It's your moment to reclaim your energy and step back into your power. Now, I've got a little challenge for you this week. Create your own cleansing bath or ritual using the tips and ideas we've talked about today. Play with your favorite herbs and crystals and candles and make it your own. And don't keep your magic to yourself. Share what you've conjured up with me, because I'm nosy as fuck. Tag me on social media or send me a message. Join us on Discord, my friends. That's really a great way to interact. So join me on Discord. We have a lot of fun. We talk, we enjoy, we do all the things. So find that information at noteverywitch.com/subscribe. But yeah, I'm really excited for y'all to experience this, and I hope that you enjoy it. And witches, next week's episode, let's just say it's going to take us on an adventure, a journey that's a little mysterious, a little daring, and transformative. You won't want to miss it, so be sure you're subscribed. And finally, if you're enjoying Not Every Witch, I'd be so grateful if you could leave a review or share this podcast with your fellow witches. Your support keeps this cauldron bubbling, and it helps this magical community grow. Until next time, my witches, keep your energy cleansed, your spirit lifted, and your magic absolutely 100% you. I'm Michael Blackthorn, and this is Not Every Witch.